everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Michala and I make videos about journaling and other cozy hobbies. Today I wanted to do a mid-year flip through of my reading journal, and I actually already recorded this and then the footage didn't have any audio, so I filled in a couple of my yearly spreads and I might show you clips of that, or I might just redo it, but I will flip through all of my spreads and show you close-ups. So let's light my candle and get started. Okay, a little bit of the candle like popped and got on my journal, so I'm just gonna try to dust that off. There we go. Now with that lit, let's get started. So this is the second year I've kept a reading journal, and I still haven't put my name in the front, but I might do that just after the year is over. This is my first A5 size. This journal is from Archer and Olive, and last year I used a notebook therapy book that was in their travel size, so it was a good bit smaller. But this is my index page. I really like how it turned out. I used these butterflies and fern stickers are from the same set from Amazon, and this little paper ephemera, like stacked paper and autumn leaves, are from another Amazon set. So I'll link everything below if I can. These papers are from the same set as the butterflies and the ferns. And then this beautiful sticker right here is from Marigona Suli, and you'll see a lot of her stickers throughout my reading journal because I really love her illustration style. This is a frame sticker from a set of just like a bunch of film looking frames. And then behind it is a little bit of wrapping paper I had. Since I did this at the end of December, I had some wrapping paper with these little trees on it, and I used that. I really like how it turned out. Over here, I've been adding in my book pages, and when I filmed this the first time, I showed you adding in my summer TBR pages and my June books read. And in the near future, I will be filming my July books read, and I'll add that in there. So here's my index. Then we have my year at a glance. I most recently filled in my June and July books read pages, average rating, if they were ebook or physical or audio. I do my ebook and my audiobook in the same column, so that's something maybe next year I would change. I would maybe take out the haul column or the DNF column and add in audiobook so I can track ebook, audiobook, and physical in their own columns. But this has been working well so far. And then I have haul, so how many books I got that month over here. And I've been trying not to spend a lot of money this year, but I am eager to buy books for my collection because not this last January, but the one before, my dad moved from my childhood home and I had to get rid of a lot of my things there, including a lot of books. That being said, I have a lot fewer books on my library than I did growing up. So I'm kind of rebuilding my library with new books. Next, we have my reading goals, where I have color-coded physical books is the lightest tan, then audiobooks is the yellow ochre, and ebooks are the beige. And I say this every time, but the beige and the tan are more different in person than they are on camera, so I can tell easier. I just wanted them all to be colors that were a little bit similar and warm toned to go with my stickers on this spread. These girls are from a set of 2 pre-cut rolls of pet tape. You can get washi or pet tape, I believe, but they're from the washi tape shop and I love them a lot. They're each pretty similar, but one is a little more travel and one is more like at-home hobbies or like self-care, like that kind of thing, like book shopping. There's even like a girl painting her nails, that type of thing. And I really love those stickers. I use them throughout my different journals, and here I use them because I really like the color palette, so I use them to decorate this spread. In this envelope, I used to keep my reading tracker, but I was not keeping up with it, so I'm saving it for an extension of my books bought. If I need to create a longer list of the books I've bought, I'll add it in here. And then I just put this sticker and embossed it with this hand embosser that my mom got me. It came with these stickers, so you can emboss straight onto paper or you can emboss on these stickers. And I wanted to try it out. I got that in December and I set these up at the end of December, so I put that there. And yeah, this book washi tape I used in the beginning a lot is from a set from Archer and Olive. I think it's called Into the Attic, and it's also where this owl washi tape is from. Next we have my wish list and books bought. I created this wish list at the beginning of the year to try to remember what books I wanted at the beginning of the year, to kind of try to stick to not just getting, I don't know, whatever new books came out and caught my eye. I haven't been doing the best with that, but it is nice to look at this list and remember what I wanted at the beginning of the year. Some books I have already read, like The Spell Shop, but I put a picture of it on here because I really enjoyed it and wanted to get a physical copy of it for my bookshelves because I really love the cover of it. And I did pre-order the Enchanted Greenhouse and I have it now. So far I've been following this pretty well. I have Iron Flame, Glow of the Everflame. I read Queen of Nothing but don't own it yet. I got Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales when it came out and I owned that one. And then an example of a book I read but didn't get is India Holton's The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. I thought I would want to own this, but I got it from the library and I think I'm okay not owning it. I don't know if I will reread it, so I'm not going to get that one. But I've enjoyed having this wish list just to remember at the beginning of 2025 what I was wanting. Some of these are continuations of series I was reading, and I think I probably will end up getting Onyx Storm just to finish out the trilogy for now. But yeah, been enjoying that. And then over here I filled in my book spot and I caught up to June and July. In June I bought 5 books, in July I bought 3. I decided on this list I will include even audiobooks and ebooks so that it is like a comprehensive list of all the books I bought and kind of how much money I put into books this year. There are a few that don't have prices because in this case, like I got Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry on audiobook and I got it with the trial free credit you get with Audible. This has been working out well, and if I fill it up, I will just create another little section like this with a piece of paper from the back of my notebook, and I will slide that into this envelope if I want to continue this. Or I could maybe even tape it over top and have it kind of fold. We'll see. But I've been enjoying this so far, and this key washi tape, it has like metallic keys on light green. That's from the same set as the Book and Owl washi tapes from Archer and Olive. The next spread is on my shelf. This spread is supposed to represent all of the books that I physically own that are sitting on my shelf. So this, for now, I am not including digital books, like not audio, not ebooks, because this is really to have a mini little version of my physical bookshelf, because I organize my books by like how they look or genre, and then at first glance at my bookshelf, it can be difficult to point out the ones I haven't read. So this is a nice reference for me, and I just put a check under it if I've read it. And since I last showed this, I added this tip in. I took a page from the back of the notebook and cut it down to size and matched up the dots and then traced out where I will want to put books. And I'm leaving this column over here empty for now in case I don't buy this many extra books this year because it's double-sided. I might have room to put some washi tape here on this edge. So I'm going to see how it fills out and maybe leave this row for last. But this is 25 books spots on each side, so that's 50 more books I can add to my shelf, but that's quite a lot. I think I should try to make it through a lot of these books, so we'll see if I decorate this backside or if I use all those spots. One of you had a great idea when I was running out of space to cover up the books I've read with little covers of new books when I get them, and I really liked that idea, but the only thing is I went to do that and then I realized the check would still be there and I'd have to white it out. And I wouldn't then have like a log of the books I started with in 2025 and what books I made it through, if that makes sense. So I decided just to leave them and add this extra insert. I just taped it in here and I marked through any books I had read since I last filled this out, and I marked off Uprooted and Teller of Small Fortunes. And I actually just yesterday finished Rose in Chains by Julie Soto, so I will check that off. But yeah, I really like seeing all my little book covers, and I think this is a good method to keep me motivated to read them. I actually like to pick up my reading journal and look at these and try to decide which one I want to read because I can see them all in one place. Like I said, my physical bookshelves have different stacks and different genre locations, and it's hard to see all the ones I haven't read in one spot. So I've really been liking this spread. These stickers in the corners are from a set that I got, I think off Amazon, so I will link that. And then this washi tape in the back is from the Midsummer Night's Dream washi tape set from Notebook Therapy, and this is the same book washi tape from Archer and Olive. The next spread is my favorite books by month, and I recently added in June. My favorite book was Problematic Summer Romance, and July, which was the second Whisperwicks book by Jordan Lees. So I have those in there. And I decided to include star ratings for each of them because sometimes, like in January and July, my favorite book was a 4-star read and I never found a 5-star read. And I thought that was just a nice thing to add to this spread. So at a glance, I can see kind of if I had a month with 5-star reads or a month with 4-star, or maybe even in the future, I would only read a 3-star. You never know. So I liked that. My washi tape comes up in the center a little bit, so I always have to push it back down. But I really like this design with these little stickers from a roll from the same Midsummer Night's Dream washi tape set. And this is from the same set as well. I love how they pair together. It has bees on both, suns and moons, and little kind of magical looking elements. I like to see my favorites by month because it kind of shows me the contrast between some of these like heavier books like Blood Over Brighthaven by Emma Wong, The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, and then sometimes it's a lot lighter, like in June I have Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood, and in February my favorite book was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. So this is a fun spread for sure. I'm excited to see it all filled out. I continued the same washi tape look over here, but I cut it in half and put half of the strip at the top and half at the bottom. And this is my tracker by month, where it opens out to show you all of the months. So I mark through with my different Tombow pens how long it took me to read different books. So here, this light gray in July is The Teller of Small Fortunes, and you can tell it took me a really long time to finish this book. It was small, but it was very slow for me, so I just took a long time to get through it. I almost DNF'd it, but I made it through. It just took me a while, and then you can see other books I read really quickly. Over here, Problematic Summer Romance, I read in a day. I started and finished it in this day in June. So I've been enjoying this spread a lot, and then over here I have September, October, November, and December. So yeah, I've been really liking the look of this, the look of these two washi tapes, the sticker one and the washi tape combined. Very fun. And then these extra gold star stickers are from my set that I've shown before from Happy Planner. It's the only set I have from them, and it's like a book full of stickers for planning, but I use the stars in my reading journal a lot, so I will also link that in the description. Next, we have my series tracker, where I've been tracking all the series I've been reading, but I have been not reading as many in these series. I read the second Whisperwicks book, and so that's completed for now. No other books are out in the series yet, but I do believe it will continue. I own the first 3 Throne of Glass books I really want to get into, and I own the first Farseer. This is by Robin Hobb, and she has a lot of trilogies that are all in the same world, and I'd really love to get into her books this year, so I hope to start the Farseer trilogy this year, if not finish it, round out the Empyrean, and read Onyx Storm. I started the third Kindred Curse book by Penn Cole, which is Heat of the Everflame, but 100 pages in, I had to travel somewhere and the book was just too big to bring with me. I probably should have gotten it on ebook to continue, but I just ended up not reading it, and then I kind of forgot what was going on, and I just kind of soft DNF'd it, but I hope to finish it. Start it back and finish it. The Red Rising series interests me still. The Prison Healer series I have kind of DNF'd. I started the third and I didn't love it. And then the Infernal Devices series is a reread, and I want to read the Clockwork Princess and finish that off this year. So yeah, there are some of the series I have. I definitely want to continue Shadow of the Leviathan series by Robert Jackson Bennett. The first one is The Tainted Cup, and the second one is out. I don't know if there'll be more, but I was going to put the Expanse series is a really long series. I was going to put it all here. And then I thought to myself, I'm probably not going to make it through that many books this year. They're very big, and I just don't think I'll do that. So I'd be happy to make it through 3 of them if I even do that. So I kind of cut that and added the Shadow of the Leviathan over here. It's not this many books long. Only the second book is out, but I'll figure out if I want to do something with these or add a sticker over those spots or something. But that's what I have for now in my series tracker. Next, I have my book club and bingo. And the book club I'm in only meets every other month, so I just write the books that we are reading. We vote on them, and then once it's decided, I write the books in here, and I figured in this little spot down here, I might write my favorite after the year is over, my favorite book club pick. Then I have my bingo where it's written in Sharpie, so it's a little bit hard to read. The Sharpie bled a little bit on this brown paper and kind of expanded, but I've still been enjoying it. And I don't think I have any more to check off. I'm all caught up on that. But some things I have left are a classic, which I want to get to, an old TBR on your shelf, my minority POV, things like that. The next spread I have is actually blank because I'm saving it in case I want to add anything in here, but I haven't needed to use this yet. And then it starts my monthly books read spreads. In January, I used this blue theme because I had received the advent calendar from Ikagai Papier, which is made by Mochi Bujo here on YouTube. The artist's name is Hedda, and she is amazing, does these beautiful illustrations. And so this was a postcard that came in her advent calendar. I cut that out and put it here. These are washi tapes from the set, or from the advent calendar, I mean, and I put them back there. I spelled out January with some letter stickers, but I didn't have any ends, so I cut this M, and it looks a little funny, but that's okay. I used these stickers of kind of gold gilded flowers from Journal Say, I believe, and these squares are also from the advent calendar. So I will link any of this I can find below, but I like how this turned out. These frame stickers are from a set that I can link to. Then the books I read in January were Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison, American Housewife by Helen Ellis, and I did a jellyfish theme because I felt that they fit the colors of the covers. I had these more neutral ones and then these more teal ones, and so I just kind of did something that went together, which I like to do when I do 2 books on one spread. Next, I did Fourth Wing, and I used a lot of Marigona Suli stickers because she has these wonderful witches with dragons, and the book, if you don't know, has dragons in it. So I thought this fit perfectly, and the washi tape is also from Marigona Suli. I printed out the title, and that's something I like to do every now and then. Then for February, I did pretty much a Valentine's theme with this pre-cut pet tape from the washi tape shop. I love their pre-cut pet tapes, and I did this little flap so that I could include all of the book covers since I read 8 books in February, and that was a lot for me. I didn't want to put all of their titles into frames, so I just put the book covers, and I like the maximalist flowers all around. Then my books read spreads. I didn't do a spread for each book, so on this spread I included Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, Thorn Hedge by T. King Fisher, The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yaros, and then I read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, The Fall Risk, and Part of Your World, also by Abby Jimenez. I read her whole trilogy and then this short story. For the other one in the Part of Your World series, I made a whole spread, and that book is Yours Truly. This was my favorite of the trilogy, and so I gave it its own spread, and I centered some of the floral elements to kind of break everything up and do something a little different. I really like how the February spreads turned out. Then we have my spring TBR, where I just put a bunch of books I was hoping to get through in the months of spring. So I believe I did this from March until May. I also put some movie pictures like Secret World of Arietti, and I believe this movie is called Silent Voice. And then this video game I wanted to play in spring called Infinity Nikki, so just added some movies and games in there. So yeah, I like this spread a lot. And then one of my favorite covers is March. I really love the woodland theme. I just love butterflies and mushrooms and almost like a light academia kind of look. I thought this theme was really fitting because I read Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, and The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, and those all have fairies or fae in them. So almost all of these stickers and papers are from the same set, so I will be sure to link those. And these frames, I think, are from a different set. And then my trusty butterfly stamps, which I don't know the brand of, but I will try to link something similar. Next, we have the Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales spread, which I really love. I really love this washi tape up here and just how woodland it looks. It's one of my favorite themes in my journal. Next, I have Half a Soul, which I decided to go a little bit darker with and just use my Midsummer's Night Dream set from Notebook Therapy, this washi tape and these stickers, and then the rest of the stickers are from the Amazon set. I really try to use what I have and make the most of it, so if it's a bit repetitive, I'm sorry if that's not fun to see, but hopefully it's nice to see all the different ways you can use the same sets that you might have. I used this washi tape as well from the same Midsummer's Night Dream set. This one I don't use as often, but when I do, I really like it. The visuals on it kind of go more vertically, so I use it a little different sometimes. Then we have Glow of the Everflame by Pencole and Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, which I did on the same spread, and so tried to make them similar yet different. I went more cool colors over here and more warm colors over here, but more specifically, I kind of went sun over here and moon over here. This washi tape is a roll from the same Midsummer's Night Dream set, which I really love, obviously, because I used it all throughout. And then this little darkish purple floral washi tape is from a local artist that I will try to link her website or something below. I like her washi tapes a lot. I got a second one at an event recently. Then we have April, which is another one of my favorites. It's all these stickers from Marigona Suli, and this washi tape is from her as well. It's very spring, and then I combined it with some paper ephemera I had, and I really like the colors of this. Then I have the Ornithologist Field Guide to Love by India Holton. I think this turned out really nice. I love the gilded stickers mixed with this gilded washi tape that I got from, I actually got this from like an antique store. They had a little area with washi tapes. So I don't know the brand of that at all, but the papers in the back are from my same ephemera set. Then I did something a little different and did this koi theme to tie together these two blue books, The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer and The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I like how this turned out as well. Then I have Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong, which I decided to go fully dark academia type of theme and then added pops of red with these rose stickers. The Moon Ephemera is from a set from Amazon, and the washi tape at the top and bottom with the phases of the moon is from the same Midsummer's Night Dream set. It's really, the reason I got that set is because I loved everything in it, and you can tell I use all these different washi tapes from that set a lot. For May, I went with this kind of more muted look because it was kind of spring, almost summer, and instead of jumping into bright colors, I decided to use these Marigona Suli stickers that are all pinks and browns and complement them with some paper ephemera. Then I did Clockwork Prints, and I did very similar to the Blood Over Brighthaven spread, but I added more clock ephemera and a little more academia kind of stickers instead of roses. I really like the look of this, and I don't get to do dark spreads very often if I'm trying to match my covers of my books, so I thought this was a good opportunity to use more of my moon and black ephemera. Then we have The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. I really enjoyed this book. It might be one of my favorites so far this year. And I did a spread that was kind of dark, but at the same time really like earthy and had a lot of plants, because there are plants that are bred for different purposes in this world of The Tainted Cup. And so I tried to match the cover of the book, which didn't print out super well, but it's dark black with dark greens. And I had this washi tape from that same antique shop, and it's just, they're both very small rolls, so it won't last me too long. But I thought they were very unique and special with the different vines, and the look of them is different from everything else I have. So I liked the opportunity to use it on this spread. Then we have a manga I read, the second book in the Witch Hat Atelier series. And since the books are short, I just kept my writing to a minimum and used this right-hand page for a full illustration from the book that I just printed off on my printer and surrounded with the key washi tape from Archer and Olive. Then I did my summer TBR, which is one of my favorites. I used a washi tape set of Van Gogh washi tapes from EB, and that was really fun. I loved how they all paired together. And then this big moss sticker is from a local artist. I feel bad I can't remember everyone's name, but I will try my hardest to find their business cards and link them in my bio because I love her stickers. I actually want to find her and get more of her stickers. I was also a vendor at this event, so I can probably find her based on the emails that we were sent and things. So if I can find her name, I will link it. I used stars from my Happy Planner sticker book. I decided to include for my summer TBR not only books, but hobbies, games, and movies that I want to play or watch or read. I'm going to come through and check off everything I've done when the summer is over, but I'm going to give myself a little longer to see how much of these things I can get to and complete. I really liked these Van Gogh washi tapes, so I've since used them in my traveler's notebook a lot because they're really very summery and they add a really beautiful element to every journal I've used them in. I put all the covers of the books I'm hoping to read in the summer, and so far have made it through a good amount of those. Then for June, I tried to span both pages and tie them in together more as opposed to do a centraled ephemera over here and then on the other page. I tried to tie them in together more, and this sticker is also from the same artist as the moss sticker on the previous spread, so I really like that, and also combined it with Van Gogh washi tapes because I was just in a Van Gogh mood. And I went all blues and greens, and I like how this turned out a lot. Then I have Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood, and I went all jellyfish and a little bit different. I don't always use the shiny stickers, but when I do, I kind of like to go all out so it all goes together. And I like how this turned out. It was a good excuse to use those jellyfish stickers again. I used my letter stickers to spell out the name, and I like the look of that as well. It seems very summery and kind of ties in more of that teal color. Next, I have Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and I did full Marigona Suli stickers with a couple butterfly stamps. Same stamps I used throughout my journal, same 3 butterfly stamps, and you can see each one here. They came in a set of 3 and they're each just a little different. I really like the colors in this spread, and the stickers from Marigona Suli perfectly match like the vibe of this book, so that was nice. Then I have First Time Caller by BK Borison, where I used the same letter stickers but alternated pink and yellowish to match the cover. I used Marigona Suli bubble tea stickers and plant witches, and then I cut out some of my paper ephemera, butterflies, and added those around. It's very maximalistic, but I like it a lot, and I think it's fitting for summer. I probably won't do this much color after summer's over, so I like to just get it out of my system and do a bunch of color when I can. And that's my last spread for now. We're right in the middle of the book. I don't think I put these bookmarks here. I think they've been here this whole time. I don't really use them, so I think they've just sat here in the middle, and so perfect for mid-year flip through. We are in the middle of the book, and you can see how chunky it's getting, and I think this will last me throughout the whole year, so I'm excited to see it all filled up. I'm sure it won't be able to close by then, but thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Let me know any questions you have about where I got anything, and let me know what your favorite spread was. I have several videos upcoming. I've been behind because it's been summer and we've been so busy, but I am planning to film my July reading journal spread soon, as well as how I print things for my reading journal. So I will show you how I print on sticker paper, on regular paper, and how I use Canva to size everything, and even include some templates for you guys if you also want to try out using Canva. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see that, please stick around, subscribe if you aren't, and I'd love to have you in my little community here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. If you stay till the end, comment a book emoji, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!